Just try the technique first. Put one hand on your dantian, and other hand on your first hand. This will be your hand, your center of the palm on your dantian. Not the fingers, not the this. This is the finger. The center of the palm. Huh? And I will just. Continue for a few more times.
Became very, very shallow, and my dantian started pulsing quite fast, like a heartbeat.
Yes.
And that's exactly the same experience I've had many times during sinew metamorphosis.
Yes.
So is cosmic breathing somehow related to sinew metamorphosis?
The art is different, but the principle may be similar. Yeah? So just don't worry about it. Nevertheless, we are still intellectualized on it because we're not practicing. It's okay, they're fine. How do you feel? Do you feel good?
Yes, of course.
That's important. If you it's miserable, then we should go deeper. Maybe we
Here.
Yeah, if you feel some pain, so itchiness or some pain, it's opening the third eye. Just carry on. An important point I want to mention is when your third eye is open, always use the ability or the special feat for good. Don't abuse it. Very important. It's very important. Always use it for good. Your own good or others' good. Not only the third eye, but whatever benefit we have, we must always use it for good. Even if we do that because we are righteous. We are righteous. That's the right thing to do. But even if we leave aside righteousness and just consider for giggles again, just sheer self-interest. Just sheer self-interest. It's through your interest to use your ability, especially psychic ability, for good. Especially if you're so lucky to learn this wonderful art. We must have done a lot of good things in the past. Good karma, either in this life or past life. Good karma. Not many people have a chance to learn this art. We have a lot of good karma to learn this art. And if someone has a chance to learn this art and views it, he's a damn fool. He will certainly bring harm to himself. Not God or the Buddha or some divine being punishes him, but as a result of his own doing. As a result of his own doing, goodness will always bring goodness. Always. Evenness will always bring evenness. Close together and relax. So tell me how to operate it after I operate it. So Tim will show me how to operate this.
So this is the Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, on here.
Is it on already?
Yeah, it's on already.
Okay. Just leave it like this.
Yeah, just leave it on there. Yeah. That's it. Just
Thanks. Just relax. Smile from your heart. Put your hands on your head. It's important to see that you're comfortable. You're going to remain in this position for a few minutes. So see that you're comfortable. See that you're standing upright, not leaning back. Do not think of anything. Don't worry about your breathing, but just keep your mouth gently open. And when you're ready, just press and release. Just press and release. Just release. Then go to weaker chi flow movement. Although the chi flow inside you may be very powerful. Just be gentle aware and rise and fall with confidence. Rise and fall. Rise and fall. A few more times. And just go ahead to the side. Enjoy the tremendous internal force that you're generating. You feel yourself very powerful. At the same time, you're peaceful and happy. Keep your eyes gently closed and endear yourself with the cosmos. Don't worry how, just open your psychic eye. There is an eye located between the two normal eyes. Just open your psychic eye and look inwardly or psychically into your dantian. You can see a beautiful ball of energy. Pulsating, vibrating, radiating. Now, just put your mind at the energy, at this beautiful ball. So you are the beautiful ball of energy. You are not Chris, you are not Mick, you are not Edwin. You are the beautiful ball of energy. Let this beautiful ball of energy expand. Expand. And expand. And you may find yourself expanding into the cosmos. You feel free. You feel peaceful and happy. You will find yourself everywhere and nowhere. In Western term, you see God in all His glory. In Shaolin term, you see your original face. The face before you were born, before your father and mother and the world and the science were born. Just see it. It's wonderful to be in a cosmos. But we will return to our phenomenal world, where we work and live. That's very simple. Just gently think on the Dantian. Just gently think on the Dantian. Feel very peaceful, full of energy, free, and you feel very blessed. Let's be grateful for this wonderful experience. In your own personal, religious or cultural way, give thanks. Give thanks for this wonderful experience that will change life. Make our life happy and full of joy. Now think of Tanchen again, rub your hand and complete the exercise. Excellent. Obviously, you're back in England. Excellent.
Peaceful and calm that I didn't really want to come back. And when you said to think of Dantian, I was really disappointed that I had to think of the Dantian because it was so nice.
Don't worry, but you have the skill. Later on, you can try on your own.
Yeah.
Right? Many people say the same thing. Sifu, why do we come back so fast? Because I want to search a medium. Some is enough already. To others, the seniors, no, not enough. I want to enjoy the cosmos. When you come back.
Very good.
Yes, others, maybe Tapio, maybe you would like to be more in the cosmos. Did you?
Yes,
Or
when you said, put my mind in the Dantian, I really felt this energy pulse everywhere, back and forth, and felt expanding, and yes, it was wonderful, and felt like I could spend half an hour there.
Yes,
Wonderful.
do you know where you were? Or you just didn't worry about it?
I didn't care.
Didn't care, yes. Didn't care. You're so blissful, so happy, joy, and a tremendous sense of freedom. Did this confirm what the great masters of all religious and spiritual teaching have said? We are more than a physical body. We are souls, or mind, or consciousness, not just a physical body. And that's why you come alive. Many of the masters, they are knowledgeable, but may not have such experiences. They may not have this spiritual experience, although they are knowledgeable. And if you do it more often, when you have this experience, you overcome the greatest fear of people, fear of death. You know you never die. You won't be afraid. Of course, that doesn't mean that you're going to be reckless. Doesn't mean we're still well alive. We still take care of our health, rather than being suffering and enduring. And although never die, but But you still, while your soul is now in your present body, you take good care of the body. And you take good care of energy. Yin yang harmony. This is quite an interesting point. So there are some masters who didn't take care of the body. Right? They think that the body is not important. It's the soul that's most important. Some masters are just quite smelly, dirty. But they say, my mind is beautiful. But actually, if they are weak and sick, their soul cannot be healthy. From a Chico perspective, he may be knowledgeable, he may be very knowledgeable, but he is weak and in pain. His spirit will be weak. That's why Bodhidharma taught the art to help, not just to be strong and healthy for this present life, that is a stepping stone, so that they are better prepared for meditation, the training of the mind, to attain all mind, to return to God, the Holy Spirit, or to attain enlightenment. As I mentioned the other day, that is Bodhidharma's aspiration for his disciples. Our aspirations are different. We still want to be in this phenomenal world, as long and as healthy and happy as we can. But we'll be very happy to have a glimpse of a cosmic reality. Okay, other experiences? Anybody?
I'm very new to Qigong, but
Yes.
from this exercise I got a very strong energy, like a spinning ball or something, and I could feel like a force field come out. So it was very,
Louder, please, so that all can hear you.
it was a very new experience for me,
Yes.
but it was probably the strongest feeling that I've had. So
You feel wonderful about it?
yes, I feel
Yes.
very peaceful.
Actually, we are short of words. We can just say wonderful, beautiful, amazing. And then we say these words are not enough for our experience. Other people will not understand what we say. Other people who don't have the experience will not understand what we say. Just when we talk about qi, I was just telling Barry while coming home, our lunch. People in our school will ask what is qi. But people in most other schools will ask, what is qi? What is qi? What is energy? What's the agent of the experience? Like we don't ask, what is bread? In Europe, you know what is bread. When someone says, hasn't seen bread before, we ask, they say, what is bread? So no matter how you describe bread to him, accurately, he will still not know what it is. Okay, other experiences? Me? Ladies first, then Chris. Yeah.
Thank you. I felt great heat
Yes.
by Dantian. I found it difficult to visualize it as a
Yeah.
ball, but I
Yeah.
just let go.
Yes.
And when you talked about the cosmos, I thought, I've got to see the universe
Yes.
and stars and the
Yes,
galaxy.
that's right, yeah.
And I thought, I'm not going to think. I didn't want to put that in. It came in
Yes.
spontaneously. But I felt very big,
Yes.
and I felt like I was tipping down.
Yes.
But I didn't want to think, I'm tipping down.
Yeah.
I
That's
feel
right.
big.
Once you think, you come back to the phenomenal world.
So I just enjoyed the sense
Yes, that's
that
right.
just those senses, nothing else. I
Yeah.
didn't try to attach anything to
Yes.
them. And so that was very pleasurable. And when I was doing my chi flow, then I was very conscious that I wasn't breathing until I had the thought and I took a breath. But I think I was not breathing for
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
a long while.
Yeah, you are breathing in the classical sense,
Yeah,
not the modern sense.
it was very enjoyable.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the sharing the experience. Before we go to Chris, some people, not in our school, might be a bit worried. How do they come back? Very simple, I say. Just think about Dantian. While you're in a classroom, you just think about Dantian. I'll tell you you'll be back. You can think twice or three times. That's enough. Then you're back. Yeah, please.
During the exercise,
Just one more point. So if you are doing it initially, you're new, relatively new. Actually, even for beginners, you don't do it often. Very powerful. Once a week is more than enough. Once a week. Yeah? Even if you are at advanced level, master's level, we also don't do that every day. Once a while. Once a while is enough. Besides this, expanding your cosmos, that is the main aspiration, main aim of doing this exercise. But we can use the same exercise for lower knees. I will be a lot of force by pressing, releasing. You just let go and go to the weakest sheep flow. Then you are doing self-manifested sheep flow using the Tantian breathing as a technique. Or you may stand still and build up yourself, like in the coastal breathing. The chi will build, you feel strong in all aspects, physically, mentally, and spiritually, as well as emotionally. So, because we have the skill, we have the knowledge, you can adjust, make some adjustment. For those who want to expand your cosmos, initially, don't go too far around nearby. Actually, in that realm, distance doesn't matter. It can be very far away, it can be very near. But for those who are new, just think, just nearby. Then you come back very easily. When you're more skillful, you can expand a bit more. Now, please.
During the exercise, there was no breath in, there was just a breath out, as if it was just constantly going out, so there was no in-breath. And normally during practice, I don't see my Dantian, I don't have a connection. This time I got the connection when you said to go through or look inside.
Yes.
And then when we expanded, it was very different. Rather than being from my outside expanding, I actually expanded from the inside, but it went as if it went through like the nervous system, and then everything went out.
Yes.
And then when we come back, that's when everything filled with force. So normally the force is kind of before, and then we expand. It was when we come back in, the body then just loaded with chi. But very peaceful. So not, as you say, it was just flowing almost.
So different people they have different experience because of their developmental stage. Others?
Sigung, it was interesting for me because when you said expand for the last time, I felt like a shock, and I came up out of my body, and I almost felt my body fall to the ground, and I actually felt like I had to reach back down and connect to it a little bit, or else I would have just been gone.
That's right, That's why thought is relative. Just think, down, you're down already. Expand, you're all in the cosmos. Of course, most other people will not be able to do that, but we are very special, we have this special ability. So it's very important that you must have good thoughts all the time, noble thoughts for yourself and for other people. Yes.
Sifu, when we connected...
Loudly so that Michael can record you.
When we connected our third eye to our Dantian, to me it looked like a planet. It was enormous, it was a planet. I don't actually remember anything else, so I don't know if I was following the things or whatever.
Yeah, not timeless.
I went to that and I don't remember anything.
Yeah, it's timeless and spaceless. That is a reality at a very high level. Space and time is our human construct.
At first I thought I was a rocket, space rocket going up.
Yes, up there. Yes,
But when I got up there, the rocket melted away. The rocket became the universe.
How do you feel? You feel free,
It's
wonderful.
very big.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
I noticed that I feel that if I speak, it's going to be very, very slow. I really feel as though everything's gone into slow motion. It's taken me a while to sort of take that in. Well, what I felt at the moment that you said we could let go was again an emotional release, and it was really a feeling of I can reclaim something of mine and go somewhere that I haven't been able to go for a great while. I also felt a lot of pressure here.
For many may have a pressure there is opening of the third eye. Remember, it may be painful for some time. While opening may be painful, don't worry. Just a good experience. Yes. Yeah. Any other one? Then one more, then we can question time.
At first, I felt a force entering me, and it fills me out. It was white, all white. And then you said, open your psychic eye, and I did. And you said, look at your Dantian. And I looked down at my Dantian, and it was a golden ball. It was small, like a golf ball or something. And you said, enter your Dantian, and I did somehow, and expanded. So it was very powerful. And
very powerful. You found that you're everywhere, isn't it?
Yes, outside of my body, and also it was expanding.
Interesting everywhere and nowhere. Huh? And sometimes you feel, where am I? But you also feel that you're everywhere.
Very powerful experience.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, now any questions? I think everyone has done very well. Yeah.
Sigung, could you please say more about what the third eye is?
What's what?
What the third eye is?
So first,
What is the third eye?
Third eye is describe this area. You open up, you are able to perceive. It's not really an eye there, not really an eye. It's a figurative. It's a psychic point. Then you can, at a low level, you are able to see things normally other people cannot see. See things. Or low level be you'll be able to see things very clearly. Some problem. You look at it, you know what the problem is. Other people will be thinking over months and years, and you know what the problem is, but you see very clearly. You want to plan some project, quickly you are able to see the situation. At a higher level, you are going to transcend time and space. You can see things happen in the past, you can see things happen in the future, you can see things happen in another area. But it's important, you must be discreet about what you know. I think it's more what we have, we call the heaven secrets. So you must not just let out the heaven secret. You must be discreet with that. And I'll pass back to the organizers. Tim?
Okay. Actually, that was unreal. That's really unreal. I mean, we're so lucky, aren't we? We're so lucky. When Sue was talking earlier on that it takes 17 years of hard.
10 years, not spending on Cosmos. 10 years, just feel internal force.
Just to feel the force that we felt on the first day of training, and then by the third day we're expanding into the cosmos is, in many people's lives, an unbelievable achievement. So congratulations, and well done for being blessed to come here as well to actually receive the training. So it's always good because we know the teaching is fantastic, but the student has to be ready to receive the master's teaching. So you are all ready. So congratulations on that as well. So tonight we have on a logistic thing, we have the tribute show for the people that have already organised to come to that.
Yeah. So all of the people who've booked to eat, all of the food has been ordered. If there's anybody who wants to come and just watch the film, then I'm sure we can squeeze you in. But we can't do anything about the dinner now. But if you want to come, then we're going to be showing the film at 6:30 at the Holiday Inn. For some strange reason, they've got us in a Surrey sports park. But I've asked them to put the Tribute to Seafood show. So if you want to come and see the film, then it starts, please don't be late. Yeah, it will start at 6:30, and but we can't fit anybody else in there who hasn't booked for the dinner.
And then tomorrow, the secrets of internal force. So that should be very good as well. Okay, so
thank you
very much, class.
So I'd like to thank Tim, Barry, Mark for